outside reasons. What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Damn!
You think you're funny, don't you?
I know I am. I'm the famous comedian Arnold Braunschweiger.
Schwarzenegger.
Gesundheit.
Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Good!
Well, I'll tell you, nobody handles garbage better than we do.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. What are you smiling about?
Dude, I almost had you.
Left cheek! Left cheek! Left cheek!
Hey everybody, welcome. I missed a week. Last weekend was so busy. So we are back at it with another Blokees, Blockey build. I have a couple pickups that I've been meaning to get to. And let's see. So I have somebody joining us. So I'd like everybody to give a warm welcome to Smudge Customs. What's going on, dude? Not much.
It is another day in paradise, let me tell you.
Yep. Let's see. We got a few in the chat already. We got Lou. How you doing, Lou? Welcome.
Lou, what up?
Kaiju Kitty.
I was like, we are going live later tonight with Ayo Frankie.
I saw that.
And we got a little
got
giveaway.
Stu in the chat.
I'm gonna give y'all a teaser.
Oh, what are you guys giving away?
Some art. Frankie came to me, he's like, yo, we're gonna do live with Kaiju, paint something up, and you're gonna give it away. I'm like, okay. So I
Let me blow you up. Why did I say that? So used to listen to Hobby. Oh, that's badass.
I was like, that came out good. So I'll be finishing this up on the live, and we'll be giving that away.
So that's tonight after this stream, right? So you guys start
6:30 my time.
Okay.
So that's Pacific. So that's what 9:30, give or take.
Yeah.
9:30. I think.
The plan is to go about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how long it takes to build and how much we bullshit, I guess. More than anything. Yeah. I want to give you enough time to get on Frankie. Ooh, to get on Frankie.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I was doing that like a little bit before I was prepping to come on here. I was making sure that I could do a quick transition from this to that. And I was like, okay, got all my paint stuff right over here. I'm going to put all this over here. Okay, we're good to go. Yes.
All right. So what do you have to build tonight? I think I already have my stuff in the description, but we'll show my stuff off. But let's start off with you. I still got you in the main. Jeez Louise. Not like you wanted to be on the spot, right?
I've got the class, or not the class, the action class, Megatron. because I like my robots a little bit bigger.
That's what she said.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I picked that up, and I already built the Optimus just to kind of see what that was like. And
He's a beefy boy.
Yeah, he chunky, he thick. He's definitely something neat. You can definitely get your hands into if you like Transformers, and it's decent.
We were talking earlier that the action class is almost the closest you'll get to G1, where a lot of the what is it, the Galaxy class and in the Defender class for sure looks more, I don't know, not cartoon, because that's more
it's almost kid. Like like Chibi or SD Gundams, if you know what those are, and they're just like disproportioned a little bit, but with what's the size lower than the action class? The
classic class is next, but it's almost the same height as the the Galaxy class. The biggest difference is you know how like Gundam have endoskeletons. You kind of get a little bit of that more than the Galaxy class, but still not 100%. The biggest thing I think is the light up feature between the.
I'm not a fan of. I wish they would have just done magnets, but like you give it a tap, something, and the eyes light up.
And a lot of times there might be like a weapon or a part that swaps out. I think Primal had a different faceplate, and then Optimus had his gun where he could take his hand off and put his gun on his fist.
I was like, Starscream didn't come with anything like that. He came with the extra vehicle, the Megatron.
Yeah, I think Megatron comes with a Starscream. So this weekend,
nice.
This weekend I picked up the Megatron. It says it comes with a vehicle, but I don't remember what it said. So you're building Action Class Soundwave. Is that the one Soundwaves do?
Oh, Action Class Soundwave. That one's got a lot of extras. I was just looking at that a little while ago.
The big one, yeah, the big one. Okay, yeah, that's right. Because Lou DM'd me. He said he picked that up at one of his local stores. Nice. That's what I'm waiting for, is my local store to pick up that one, because just to save on shipping. Because I think Blokees, what do you have to have? You got to spend at least $99 or $90 on Blokees website to get free shipping.
Yeah, something like that. Because I got both of these at the same time and it didn't qualify. So I was like, it was like 40, I think after everything it was like 90 something, but that they don't count that.
Oh, it was that close, right?
Yeah. But
so so what I'm going to be building tonight is I had the Classic Class Rise of the Beast Bumblebee, and then I'm going to pop open this Galaxy Class Chapter 3. So
nice.
Here's the chances for that. And then depending on how we are on time, I have two more of the Galaxy version Chapter 2s. So
so those are like blind boxes. You don't know which one you're getting.
Right. So the first time I got one of these, I got the shiny Grimlock, the one in 36 one to get. So
nice.
Of all the ones to get, I got the Chase one. Not that I'm complaining, but
nice. Now, do those have a lot of articulation in them, or is it just like a static?
I can show because I have one open. So I have a couple of them. So this is the one that came. This is the Chase variant. So I mean he has ball joint hips, like hip, ball joint on his ankle, 90-degree knee. And he's got a little bit of a ball joint at his chest, his upper chest, and on the head, his swivel joint. So I mean they got decent articulation. Yeah. And that's just dyno mode, so there's not as much as, say, these. I mean, they have ball joints everywhere. I mean, you got waist swivel. So, I mean, the regular ones have decent articulation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Classic Class, the Starscream I got, that one's got really like decent articulation. I mean, it's got swappable hands, but I mean,
Yeah.
in just about whatever normal, but nothing crazy. But I mean, you'll get decent articulation out of it.
Yep. I don't know if like if you can find the classic class at Walmart, they're definitely worth it because you can get them under $10, like $9 and some change. That's where I got the Bumblebee and I got the Optimus Prime from Walmart.
Nice. I've only seen the Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie, I think, at Walmart here, at least where we are, because we don't have anything here. We just have like the basic stores, and they're never stocked. Like it's rare to get any new stock in or anything good, really. So
yeah, I lucked out when I found this one at Walmart. They had they just must have stocked because they were 5 or 6 deep of that one and the Optimus Prime.
Oh wow, nice.
That's so far where I've seen the best prices is Walmart. But the only bad thing is they just have those 2, Bumblebee and Optimus Prime, and then Transformers 1. Now, if you want to get the whole Transformers 1 Wave 1, I mean, you're looking at what, $5.95 a pack. So if you get you can get the whole case for under $50, which isn't bad for anywhere else.
No, not
I
at
think
all.
Blokees sells Galaxy class cases around $80. Show Z's
I think so.
$65, I think. So
now, when Show Z has their, you say that on Show Z, does that include the shipping, or because I was on Show Z earlier and I think they were showing that there's an extra $30 to ship to the US.
Oh, there's no. I mean, I've been on Show Z. It's never been that much extra. It might be $5 or $6 extra,
Unless I'm remembering it wrong.
We haven't been to their site in a little bit, but usually it's not much. Maybe $10 at the most.
Oh, I guess it varies between which items.
Yeah,
I guess
the
the
bigger-
stuff I was looking at.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Some of the items, the bigger the items, a little bit more it is. But like that Fans Toys last combiner piece for the Stunticons, I think it's so big they had to ship it by boat.
Oh
What's going on, Rowdy?
What up,
Yeah,
Rowdy?
yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Yeah. All right, so I will switch cams, and I guess we can start building.
I will switch as well. There we go.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right, cool. So I had to switch to my other earbuds.
Oh, that's right.
Try not to make too much racket switching moving my chair around.
I was like, I cheated. I cut my stuff off the runners.
How is taking those off the runners? Because I know on these classic class ones, the runners are not too bad to break it off.
Oh, they're pretty easy. The only thing I would complain about, it's kind of like with any model kit, like with especially with like dark colors like blue, especially like on Optimus here, like you can see where the piece was like clipped on there, and the only way to fix that is with paint. And if that really bugs you, that it's kind of with any model kit though.
Right.
Unfortunately, but
now are you real anal when it comes to building your Gundam kits? Do you file the spurs down and everything like that?
To a certain extent, if it's going to be seen, then yes. If it's like under the armor and no one's ever going to see it, or there's no chance of anyone seeing it, I'll let it go.
Right.
Yeah, just to a certain extent.
I've been lazy when I've done the Gundam kits I've had. I've never filed them down.
And yeah, some of them are worse than others, like depending on like the type of plastic it is, and and some of these newer kits, especially like the newer perfect grade kits, they design them in a way to where you clip them off, is a place where it's not seen to begin with.
Right. So till here recently, I have never watched any Gundam, but I like the kits because model kits are fun. Something I don't mind building toys. So I've mentioned before that I'm in like a book club, like a Transformers book club on a Discord server. And we just recently started watching G-Cucks on Amazon. Okay. And a couple of the members, like, they're diehard Gundam fans, and I'm kind of understanding what's going on, but most of the time they're explaining to me what's going on.
As I say, Gundam, it's hard to watch sometimes because it suffers, I think, from the Star Wars problem where it's got a lot of politics in it, and you want to get to the cool fights and stuff. Like it suffers from that.
Yeah,
so,
I've noticed that.
As depending on which series you're attempting to watch is going to be kind of the gauge on how bad that's going to be. Because some are worse than others.
Yeah. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm not hating it. It's fun.
I think I've seen the first episode of that new one, the G-Quacks. However the hell are you supposed to pronounce that? They did not make it easy.
Yeah, I don't know if I pronounced it right. I don't, But I guess it definitely helps to know what's going on if you've watched previous, because it's like an alternate reality, I guess, or an alternate timeline.
Yeah, from what I understood, it's like an alternate, like what if the bad guy got a hold of the main Gundam suit first,
right?
Or something like that. I was like, I have that the main mech pre-ordered, I think, on Amazon.
Yeah, one of the guys that's in my group got it. I think he found it at Hobbytown.
Oh, nice.
That's the other thing. Hobbytown has Blokees as well, but I don't know if they're how are the prices compare.
I was like, I think I've been to one Hobbytown store, and that was like years ago when I was like visiting my cousins out of town. It had a lot of stuff. That was cool.
Yeah, the closest one to me is like an hour away.
See, I think the closest stuffed anywhere around me is at least 2.5 hours.
I can't remember if I asked you this on but or live. How are maybe I already did. Yeah, so the sprues. How are the sprues compared to the?
Oh yeah, yeah, you did. Yeah, they're not bad at all. I was like, I would argue that they're even like taking them off, like they're really easy, but with like Gundams and stuff, they're stuck on. You have to clip them.
Right. Well, it's like one would think, like I wonder if that's how they can kind of get away with their price point because you're actually building the toy for them. Same thing with Gundams, because they're not too hateful when it comes to prices.
Well,
depending on the kits, but
yeah, depending on the kits. I was gonna say, for your basic like high grades, master grades, well, most of the master grades, they're fairly reasonably priced. It's definitely not going to break your wallet, but there are some expensive ones out there.
Yep, I've been looking at that RX-78 Unleashed one for a few years now. The master grade one.
I have that one. Oh wait, the RX-78 Unleashed, the perfect grade.
Yeah, the perfect grade one.
I have that one. Hold on.
Was that a fun? Was that a fun build? He's gonna show off.
You mentioned like the one kit that I didn't bring over because I brought a few over just in case. But yeah, I was like, he's so big he can't even get in the frame.
How tall is that? Do you know off the top of your head?
It's gotta be at least 9 or 10, between 9 and 11 inches, give or take, if you're not including the beam saber tips back there.
Right.
But this thing is a work of art.
Yeah, it looks amazing. That's definitely on my I'll get it one day list.
Yeah, for sure. It's a little temperamental when it comes to like how to activate the LEDs, which is I think the biggest weakness of it, because like you have to pull the centerpiece on the chest out and like flick it at a weird angle, and I just don't do it anymore, but it's a really awesome kit.
Oh, let's see. Stu, let's see. The shop I found mine yesterday was selling Galaxies for 10 each, and Soundwave was 45, which pleasantly surprised me.
Oh, dang.
That's a little high. Was that a comic book shop, Stu, or just sounds like it?
I was like, we have like one dedicated like toy store here in our town, and I've never seen him like carry anything like that people want. It doesn't seem like he's got a lot of stuff moving through his shop, like because Yojo Jerk he talks about like, oh, stuff here sells like crazy, like they only carry the stuff that sells, and nothing, it appears, in his place moves, because every time I go in there it's like, oh, I saw that here last time.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that the comic book shop that I saw post on Facebook had these, because I've never seen them at a comic book shop, or at least not tout about it. And then now I'm seeing, and then I saw the reason why I saw it was the Facebook post. So,
oh, nice. Come get in there.
And they have a full display.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the place here in our town where me and Frankie live, it just seems like it's a guy that's kind of selling off his like own collection almost, where like he's just got so much that he can do that, I guess.
I mean, that could be a possibility.
The faceplates on this Megatron are kind of being a little pain, but I think it's because I think they designed this in a weird way, because they have to have swappable. He comes with 3 faceplates, and there's no easy way to do it without taking the figure apart. So they made it a little bit easier, I guess, to take the face apart, and it's going together a little weird. But that's my only gripe so far.
Not too difficult though.
Oh no, not at all. It's just like a fitment, like a weird fitment thing.
Yeah, Stu, you got a point. If you're buying online, you're paying that extra shipping, so paying that a little bit is not too bad. I was gonna say, my local comic book shop, they're selling these at $8.
Dang. I'm surprised I haven't seen them anywhere else other than Walmart. I'd imagine this is something like GameStop would carry.
I keep going into GameStop hoping to find some, and have yet to find any at GameStop.
Dang.
They carry all the other blind bag shit.
Along with every like Funko Pop and
right. Yeah, when's that going to burst?
Yeah, dude, there's so many Funko Pops out there. It's just kind of like, why? Like, I've never understood it.
Yeah, I mean, people buy them. The normies out there.
I mean, I guess I've never understood it. Like I tried to buy one, and what did I get? I got, because I'm a Destiny nerd, I got a few Destiny
really?
ones. Oh yeah.
I'm a reformed Destiny player. I haven't played in a while, so that's what I mean.
I'm right there with you. I am well aware of how terrible and how like downhill the franchise has gone. Like it's bad.
I mean, I was Destiny 1 all the way, Destiny 2, took a little
Same.
break on the one of the expansions, and then went hardcore again to where I'm at burnout point. I've had a year and a half of burnout.
Yes, I think I'm right there with you, because I have my collector's edition like box still, and I played from the alpha, and I took a little break when House of Wolves came out, and I think Taken King was where I got into it like really hard again, and then I just didn't stop until Final Shape, and I was just like, okay, I'm done.
Yep. And I want to see how it ended, like, or what, how they defeated the Witness and all that stuff. Like, I had a really good clan or whatever, and we played.
Oh yeah.
And like they would always be online. Like I never had to worry about finding people to play with.
Oh okay.
And then they slowly started fading out, and then we tried combining with another clan, and then they kind of stole our members, and I just got burnt out. There was 2 guys I played with all the time. One of them got a different work schedule, so wasn't playing as much, and just kind of got tired of LFGing.
I was say I was one of those players. I'm a solo player, so I wasn't. I didn't like play with people. I tried, pairing up with randoms, but it's just
it's hard.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting there like trying to do a raid, and you got people like dicking around. I was like, dude, like I don't have like all the time in the world. Can we please do this?
Right.
And then they leave, and I'm just like, okay.
I came prepared. Be professional, and
Yeah.
sometimes that's a novel idea for some people, especially gamers.
I was like, yeah, there's some good ones out there. Don't get me wrong, but
right.
Majority of the people I got paired up with are randoms, and it wasn't a fun time. So I was just like, I just kind of accepted it. I was just like, you know what, I'm okay.
Yeah, I might eventually go back just to finish the story, because I believe. Well, no, I know it was for this month. You could get the most recent expansion on PlayStation that was part of the PlayStation Plus thing. So
really?
I didn't download or whatever, purchased or added it to my account. So now I can at least play whatever content.
Right. There we go. I was like, I'm dealing with technical difficulty. I put the wrong part in, so I had to squeeze it out.
So you have a separate camera set up. Do you have it overhead, basically? It looks like it's above your shoulder.
Yeah, it's kind of shoulder.
So I have
a big camera arm or anything to do it. I kind of have it hanging off my shelf.
There's definitely I definitely want to work on my like space where I'm doing the builds, because I'm using my.
Oh, you cut out. Can't hear nothing. Did we lose him? Oh no. We lost Talib.
No, I think something knocked me off the stage. I got the instructions on top of my laptop. So, and that's what so that was kind of adds to what I was saying. So that's weird that it not something hit on the laptop. But so I'm working behind a ring light kind of. And
Oh, okay.
it's a little challenging to kind of look at the instructions, see what I'm building.
Right. I was to say, yeah, that's what I was worried about the most, and then I set everything up. I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. But yeah, I have like one of those like flexi like gooseneck phone holders, and it's like because I have a shelf above my monitor, it's clipped up there, and it's kind of just hanging down and just showing right here.
Well, I will have to say, I mean, it's definitely a work in progress. I'm definitely going to be adding, subtracting equipment eventually.
Oh yeah.
To kind of optimize how I want to stream. It's good enough for now.
Right. Okay.
So are you into Transformers more than just these blocky kits?
Oh yeah, I've got a few Transformers here. I used to have like the really big I don't remember what brand it was. I know I got it on Big Bad Toy Store, but the big like G1 Megatron and Optimus Prime. They didn't transform or anything, but they were just like the big figures essentially.
Like the 3-0 figures?
Kind of like 3-0, but like a little more simplified, I think. If that makes sense. I wish I knew what it was. It was, and they were big. They were like 28 inches tall.
Oh wow!
Like they were big, and I got rid of them. I wish I hadn't have, but I got laid off from my job at the hospital that I was working at, and I sold a bunch of stuff. I was just like, I gotta pay rent.
Man, yeah, you got to do what you got to do. That's for sure. So, not to ask you your age or anything, what was your entry level into Transformers? What was your first?
So I'll just put it out there. I'm 33, so but I got introduced into Transformers. Trying to remember the first time I got into them. I had the oldest toy I had of them, and I had seen snippets of the cartoon here and there.
The 80s cartoon?
I assume so.
Okay.
I didn't have the biggest access to TV as a kid because strict parents and whatnot, but I don't remember which it was, but I had the first toy I can remember was, I think it was like Sideswipe or Slip Sideway. It was a motorcycle. It was like purple and yellow.
Oh.
And it was like Sideways or something along those lines of names. And that was cool. And then for Christmas, I think it was, I got what was it? It was the Robots in Disguise Megatron that had like 10 different transformations or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was like a big old dragon, and then like an elephant, and then a car, and then a boat.
I think one of his modes was like a hand.
Yeah, there was a hand, and I was so confused. I was just like, why is this a thing?
So RID, I think that was around 2001 when that show premiered.
I vaguely remember that as a Christmas gift, I think it was. So that was cool. And that I think it kind of got put on the shelf. Transformers itself got put on a shelf for until like the Bay movies came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I had seen little bits here and there, but I never really got into it. And yeah, the Bay movies, that blew my freaking tiny mind when it came out.
Yeah, the Bay movies brought it back for me. Like, as much as everybody wants to crap on them, I mean, yeah, they are what they were. I enjoyed them, especially the first one.
Absolutely. Oh, the first one, yeah, the first one is great. As I say, it's got its issues, sure. What movie doesn't? But
Right.
I mean, for what it did, like how it revitalized the entire franchise.
Yep.
Like, is insane to think about.
And as much as you can't stand Bayverse, if it wasn't for Bayverse, I don't think Transformers would be around, or at least not to the point of what they are right now.
I was like, yeah, we wouldn't be doing this video probably.
Right.
As I say, yeah, it'd be just some obscure thing. Oh yeah, it came out in the 80s, you know. There's a thing. But yeah, that movie just blew me away, and not for, I don't know, I lost my train of thought. But it was a great movie.
You know, and I think part of it is like where the other ones kind of lost a step was I think Spielberg had a lot of influence in that movie. And then the second movie it got screwed over by the writer's strike.
I knew it was gonna be kind of a shit show in that movie. The immediate moment I saw Megan Fox on screen airbrushing that motorcycle
with her ass in the air.
Yeah, because at that point I was into airbrushing. I had just gotten into it, and at that time I was just like, no. I was like that scene where they always see on the movies, like, got him right there. He points in the armchair. I forget what movie it is. But I was like, wait a minute, that's not how you paint. I got so mad, and I'll go into a tirade, and Frankie can attest to this because I'll do it at work. And he's just sitting there next to me, like, dude, I know this. You've told me this. Like, the movie's great, but I got mad at that movie.
What you're referencing is when Leonardo DiCaprio's in the movie from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, something like that.
That's right. Yeah. But yeah, immediately I was just like, nope. I turned to that one guy, like, from the actually.
Yeah. And of all the things, not only all the weird like story hits, it's the airbrushing what got you.
Yeah. But that movie, I mean, that movie had a lot of problems, and I agree. The writer's strike played a lot into that, I think.
Yeah.
But it had its cool moments. I mean, we got to see Optimus go, like, what was it, like the 1v3 or 4 fight that in the forest. That was awesome.
Before he got killed. No spoilers.
I know, yeah, spoiler alert. And I mean, there was he finally got his jetpack.
Yeah.
What else did they have in there? Oh, I had a Jetfire toy at some point too.
And that's was cool how that Jetfire could combine.
I didn't have the movie Jetfire. This was like way when I was a kid. It was like a big green one. He looked a lot more like the one from Rise of the Beast.
Oh, okay. That was probably like Energon, maybe, or Armada, one of those.
Maybe. I don't know. That was one I was just like, oh, this is cool. And
Oh wow! I'm sorry. I'm slow to the chat because I'm building stuff. But Kaiju Kitty, no, we do not want to see that.
No, Frankie did reenact that
Oh, he
airbrush.
did. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!
it is actually my wallpaper on my phone because that snowballed into his chair nonsense.
Was that on a recent live when you guys were on, or
That was on his first live that he
Oh.
did, where he got accused of being a little ditty with the chair.
that is one way to do your first live? For sure.
Hey, he shot for the moon and he landed in Seattle, I think. No, he's done good. He's just got a little ditty with a chair, it's whatever.
That is when you go to visit him. That's not the chair you sit in, is it?
No, that is his chair. That is his chair.
All right, so I have the upper half of Bumblebee finished.
Nice. Pay attention to the orientation of the part. Just upwards. That'd be great if I could.
So one thing with the one that you have, is there more step-by-step instructions to where the other ones are just like, blah, here it is, build it?
When it comes to, I think the classic class, they're actually pretty similar in how much instructions they give you.
Mm-hmm.
As far as these ones go, it's just the amount of parts that change,
right?
And the size. Other than that, I mean, they're actually pretty similar.
Because I'm not against like step by step telling me like what I need to follow. I mean, these you kind of, oh, here, go this way. You can either start with the head if you want to, the arms, the chest.
Right. Yeah, you start wherever you want.
Right. 2-7. Oh, and that was, kind of going back to where we were talking about that battle scene with Optimus. Like, Optimus is Transformers Jesus in that movie, or just in Transformers in general.
As I say, I do like over the course of the movies, Optimus gets a little bit more of a disdain for humans over time, it seems like. And I wish they would have done more with that.
Well, I mean, especially once they did what they did to Ratchet, that was just like,
oh yeah, that there should have been a moment somewhere in those movies where he just like snaps. That would have been cool. Yay, I broke a peg on this. Cool. Okay.
That's
Lovely.
not good.
Was having fitment issues and decided to try and take it apart and try again, but boop, just busted off. Okay, so let's it's gotta be like this.
So let's see. Were those your first two Blockies? Or have you got some of the smaller ones?
No, I don't have any of the smaller ones. It's just the Starscream and the Optimus and Megatron.
Okay.
Oh, no wonder.
So you think you'll keep grabbing them, or just might be one of those impulse things?
I can see it probably being an impulse thing. I mean, I'll probably grab the Soundwave. But other than that, I mean, I like my robots bigger,
Right.
around this scale. So, I mean, Starscream's probably like the smallest I would go. So, I mean, I can't see myself getting any of the others unless, you know, it's like the Devastator stuff.
Right.
But I mean, not that they're bad figures at all. These are really good figures.
Yeah, it's just not what you're collecting.
Yeah, it's just not what I collect. Yeah. Okay, Crisis.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I say it's weird. I used to be a strictly statues person, other than, you know, the Gundam, because joints used to bug me, like on Legends and stuff like that. Just like it didn't look right to me, and it's crazy. Like now that, and I blame Frankie for all this because he got me into this. It's crazy like how like once you just kind of, you know, open your brain cells up to, you know, something you're not used to, and it just, you find some good stuff.
So like my typical Transformers collection is all Masterpiece scale stuff. So you
And that's
know,
the movie stuff, right?
huh? No,
That's the movie stuff, right?
No, Masterpiece is just like your higher end, larger scale stuff. And they do movie stuff, but I have some of the movie stuff, but the majority of mine are like the G1 animation stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
So I have a lot of that. That's like what my collection is, and I don't really get a lot of the smaller stuff. So like these are kind of like hitting that where if I don't have something that I'm picking up, that I can get these in between.
Oh,
and now that I'm kind of doing a show building them, it's almost like content.
Yeah.
Content, quote unquote. So it's like, you know, and then it's kind of fun just throwing these around and doing whatever with them.
Oh yeah. And yeah, they're not like super like delicate or anything like Gundams are, especially like some of the early real grades. When they hadn't quite figured out the engineering to them, like you could like blow in their direction and they would like crumble. Yeah, I mean they're sturdy. At least mine are.
I haven't had an issue. Even especially the little ones, those Defender ones.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, nothing pops off of those.
I will say a lot of the newer Transformer stuff, like especially like third party stuff, is really I've got my eye on quite a few things.
Yeah, and that's the majority of my Masterpiece stuff is third party, because Takara can't keep up with the need or whatever. And Masterpiece and third party they make great stuff.
They do, and I've got two third party Transformers. I've got a Ratchet, no, not Ratchet. Ratchet and Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie, the Cybertron stuff. And those look really, they're a pain to transform, but
yeah, third party, well, Masterpiece in general can be rough to transform.
I was like, I transformed the Bumblebee once, and I was just like, nope, never again.
Yeah, typically that's what my Masterpiece Transformers are. They're pseudo statues.
Yeah.
Now I'll transform them once or twice, but usually after that, I pose them and put them on the shelf.
Nice. I was like, I've done a couple of customs for AO Frankie, and I did his Bone Crusher. Just because like some of those third party ones, like they have a really good sculpt, but it's just the paint apps are just not really there, and the Bone Crusher came out really good, and I didn't have to transform that. I had to move some pieces around here and there, but I didn't actually have to transform it. But I'm doing his Blackout now, here in a little bit, over the next couple days, and that one I had to transform so I could get everything, and I'm not looking forward to turning it back.
Oh yeah, I bet.
That's right. Jesus. I was like, do you have a Grail figure for?
You know, it's funny you ask because I've thought of this multiple times when I've heard people talk about grails. And I can't think of a grail thing because third parties making everything that I'm going after, so it's all obtainable.
Nice. That is good. You don't have to have it on like a future like wish list forever, that you know that it is out there and attainable.
It's like, so I'm behind on some stuff. Like, so Fans Toys made Superion, and I don't have any of that. And I think altogether, if you want that, you're looking at like $1,500.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh wee.
Whereas if you were piecing it together, you know, you're paying $150 here, $150 there. So I guess I would consider that a grail. That's what I want in my collection. I do not have a Masterpiece Superion, and that Superion was one of my favorite combiners.
Nice.
And since all the companies are working on a Devastator right now, I'm slowly building a Devastator.
Nah, as I say, yeah, Devastator is one of those ones where there's always going to be a version of him.
Right. So did you like the Bay version of Devastator?
I didn't mind it. I'm not, because I wasn't hardcore like growing up with the original.
Right. So you have no ties to it, no nostalgia.
I didn't have any. I didn't have nostalgia ties to it, so I was totally okay with it. It served its purpose in the movie, I guess. I like the design more than anything. You know, you got his big giant, you know, robot nuts up there. And
Well, that was funny that, what was it, DNA did an upgrade kit for it, and you got the actual balls for them. Because I had it for a little bit, the official Hasbro one, and then I got that DNA kit.
That's hilarious.
And the Hasbro one wasn't too bad. It's what sucked was it couldn't naturally do his like walking on four leg thing, and that you had had to get that upgrade kit, and it helped a little bit, but it still just didn't look natural. It almost stood on two legs like any other robot.
I was like, I remember seeing a few images of like the original, and I immediately saw the bright lime green. I was like, that's what the original Devastator was? Whoa. And I kind of did some reading. A lot of people were pissed.
Oh yeah.
when they seen that Devastator and like what they did, and I was just like, oh, okay, I can kind of see where they're coming from.
Well, I think once the newness wore off of the first movie, there was a lot of people that were pissed off about those designs.
Yeah, at first there's always, that period where everyone's like royally pissed off and like you can't like tell them anything, like that they're never going to change their mind. And then all of a sudden one day, like magic, it's just like, no, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It's kind of like with Star Wars and how they treat Hayden Christensen for his portrayal of Anakin. Like yeah. It's a rocky portrayal. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's a combination of a lot of things that aren't in his control, and I like him. So
I mean, actors can only work with the scripts that they're given.
exactly, yeah, and I think part of that like nostalgia, kind of like blinder, I guess, plays into a lot of hatred some things get.
Well, I'm glad the fans have turned back and he's getting the accolades what he should have got.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I thought he hit the nail on the head. I mean, he angsty teenager in Clone Wars where he just full up with pent up, stuff. He can't do nothing. So
Right.
he's just like an awkward, corny dude. And it sucks that he kind of got treated like that. And when he did a lot of his speeches, when they were doing like the anniversary type stuff and bringing him back for some of these shows, and you could see in his face, he's like, I wish I had this years ago.
Oh yeah.
And I'm glad he got through that. I'm glad he didn't do anything like crazy to get himself, in trouble or, anything really bad. So I'm glad he was there to see it through to the end.
All right, so I finished Bumblebee. So here's why this guy is. So this is how you get your differences between your classic class and your basic galaxy class. So you can kind of see they're the same, pretty much the same size. This one's almost a little bit bigger. But so the thing, what this Bumblebee comes with, so yeah, he's lit. He lights up. Maybe. Can't see because I just have too much light. He lights up. He has an extra weapon that pops off. You can pop his hand off. And the other thing is you can take his chest off. And if you have Scourge, you can put on the other chest where you can stab him like in the movie.
Oh, nice.
So like you can put this like red blade in his back and then this part of the axe in him, I guess, and it looks like you've stabbed him.
I was gonna say, so the marketing for that movie, marketing is irritating more and more each year for these movies, any movie in general, just because they're giving away too much.
Oh yeah,
and it meant nothing in the movie when they stabbed him, like because they've already shown footage of him in like the final fight. It's just like, okay, I wonder what's going to happen.
And it's like, you're not killing your flagship character.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you're not killing Bumblebee. Come on.
That's like the kid's, character.
Yeah, exactly.
So then it looks like you can put this in his chest like that and then take one of these back panels off and have it sticking out the back.
The fact that they went to those legs to include that.
And then if you have Scourge, you can pop this ball joint in Scourge's hand and he can hold it.
That's awesome that they thought of. They went that far into the development of that.
So now I need to find Scourge and then recreate that scene.
Nice.
That I would have picked them up if I saw them at the comic book shop, but they didn't have them.
Yeah, I like it when the companies think of neat little things like that.
Yeah, and like, so I don't know if you pay any attention to Blokees. So they're doing MCU stuff now. But I don't think it's being released in the United States.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're doing like, it looks like versus packs almost.
Oh,
So like
okay.
they had one image of like Hulk versus Thor from was that Ragnarok?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Poe, I didn't see you in the chat. Hopefully you're still here. What's going on? What else did I see that they were doing from Marvel? I think Ultron and Vision was another
okay.
2-pack. Oh yeah, that's right. This also comes with the stand, and then the stand has stickers and there's flame effects that go on the stand. Maybe. Well, and then I think Stu was the first one that I saw post this. They're doing, they got the license for Mega Man as well,
Oh, nice.
and that might get me.
I was gonna say, yeah, depending on which ones they do. If they do like Mega Man X
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, I know a bunch of people that'll go nuts for that.
Well, and just how easy. I mean, you get that base Mega Man and what you could do with all the different Robot Masters,
Oh yeah,
just with a similar body type.
and there's a bunch of characters they can pull from.
Yep.
I was like, I'm not totally well versed in the Mega Man universe, but I know there's a ton of them they can pull from. So I know Frankie's hardcore into Mega Man X, and he got that through the video game. And he tried to get me into it, and I was just like, dude, like, I don't know, because I tried, and it's not an easy game if you've never picked it up.
Right. Yeah, there's definitely. I remember. I didn't play a whole lot of X. I played the regular like 1 through 3,
Oh, okay.
and didn't. I think I played X a little bit, but yeah, there was definitely a difference. But I mean, shoot, that Mega Man X is still going. Aren't they still making those games? Like they're still doing like the 8-bit
so.
or whatever. Not 8-bit, 32-bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they've come out with one recently, unless it's like a
Remastered version or something.
re-release.
Yeah.
They're doing that a bunch with Sonic. That seems to be all they can do successfully.
You talking about Sega?
Or yeah, Sega. Oh, I guess that jumped a little bit. There's so many franchises.
All right, so there's Bumblebee. All right, so let's open up this Galaxy one. I have no idea what this is. I haven't opened it. Hopefully it's not. Wait, so I've already, when I opened up last time, I got Slug out of it. So let's see. So hopefully it's not a repeat. I doubt it is, though, because unless they have multiple boxes and they bring out the same one. So the chase for this wave is Soundwave. It looks like the only thing different between this sound wave and the regular sound wave is the shiny variant paint, and it comes with laser beak. All right, so there's the sand. Let's see who we got. It's not Soundwave. Red alert. Uh-oh, I just dropped something. Not good. I don't know where it went. That was a small piece.
Oh, there we go. Uh-oh, did it fall into the infinite floor of the abyss?
It was his face, of all the things to fall. Well, and I have hardwood floor, so if something hits plastic, hits that, it rolls.
But of course, it always rolls like right under the fridge or something.
Luckily enough, it did not go far. So yeah, nothing special about Red Alert. It's not a chase or anything. Shouldn't need the instructions for this one, because most of these are all the same.
Yeah, I am noticing some similarities between the action class and the classic class with certain things. With like how they're put together.
Yeah.
So I've got Megatron's upper torso now done. It's not looking too bad.
I really like, so with these small ones, or all of them so far, I really like how they piece the heads to where your eyes have their own color.
Yeah, those are pretty well done. So I think, yep, there we go. Oh, and his chest lights up. Cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to grabbing that sound wave, because I think it lights up and it has sound features.
Yeah. I think, well, because I watched a video on it, and I think with the sound, it was like really hard to distinguish like if he was saying anything. Because it sounded like real staticky.
And this head does not want to push together. I have to do that off camera. No, good enough. Let's see. Anything's weird about this guy? He's pretty much, I think he's pretty basic. Red Alert's the same as shit, I can't think of his name. Sideswipe.
And I do think that it is, I personally like it when between different figures, if you got like a line of them like this, that they are similar to put together. It's not like a crazy jigsaw with each different one.
Right.
Whereas with Gundam, like everyone is like completely different for the most part. And it's like good luck trying to figure it out if you've only done a couple. But it is nice when you get like a line of these and it's the same thing, and it's not a complete hassle each time.
Yeah, that's what's nice about the definitely the Defender and the Galaxy. They are very similar enough to where it's almost mindless.
And that's good. Like you can like do it when like in your downtime. You don't have to like devote a ton of brain power to it, like at the end of the day or something, when you're just like, I'm done, let me just do something easy to buy the time before I pass out or something.
Right. Well, that's typically how I am with Gundam kits. Like, is what I'll
Oh, yeah.
do. Usually I'll cut out a bunch of the pieces that are for my next steps and then just build and just kind of just go into a state where I'm just, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it wasn't like that at first for me, but definitely after I've done quite a few, then yeah, it's especially with what I do, because I'll paint them, so there's a whole process I got to go through before actually putting it together. So
Oh, you paint them, huh?
oh yeah.
Well, I mean, your name is Smudge Custom, so I'm assuming there is some customization.
Oh yeah, I'm a whore with an airbrush. I'll paint anything. There we go. I was to say I've got. Oh, did we lose him again? Something fall off and bounce and ricochet off and hit something out of nowhere. I don't know if I'm talking to myself or not. Howdy, folks.
I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know if my phone lost connection.
It did that for me too for a little bit. Like I had to restart the program that's running the connection, the webcam connection for my phone.
Well, I'm back in, so I will add it to the studio.
Huh.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. I don't even know what I was talking about.
Oh, I'm a whore with an airbrush. Because I paint Gundams.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
This one I had kind of set aside. This is a master grade Verka kit. This is the Sazabi, and just the amount of this is not a kit I would recommend like doing your first kit like what I did, kind of, because I got this as my second kit, and it was good. It yielded good and bad results, but it was a fun kit nevertheless, and it's just so much cool stuff on these things. And I've got another one that I'm going to be putting together eventually, and I'll probably do it on some lives and paint some stuff. But yeah, I love painting these things.
That's what I was going to ask. So, do you go live on your channel often, or?
I'm going to be starting. I'm aiming for the end of the month because I got to get a bunch of camera stuff, like different mounts and stuff, to where I'm comfortable with how everything looks. And once that all gets squared away, I'll be doing lives on Sunday mornings.
Okay.
And I've got a bunch of stuff to paint. I've got like scale models, Gundams, or just like art pieces like the Mechagodzilla stuff. So no shortage in stuff to paint.
I guess that's how it goes on his arm.
The first difficult bit to squeeze together on this boy.
Was that one panel you broke? Was that an easy fix, or?
It was on a spot under the collarbone area that kind of popped off. So there was a little thing that held on by 4 pegs, and only one peg broke. So, and it's underneath, so it's nothing. I don't think you can even see it while looking at the figure barely. So It's there. It's secure. There's no way it's getting out.
No, at least it wasn't something too
Yeah, it was
critical.
catastrophic.
All right.
I was like, I've had that happen before, where it's just I lose just one piece, and it's just like, oh, that was the one that held everything together, and it's just like, God, of course it was. Next thing you know, you're digging around in the carpet on the floor, trying to hope. Like, oh, it just materializes, even though you've searched the area like 3 or 4 times.
Oh yeah, because I used to typically I would build my Gundams in my kitchen on the table, and my floor is tile, and white tile, and what are Gundams mainly? White.
Right.
And that was a fun time on my hands and knees on tile trying to find a piece of the Gundam kit that I dropped. And it was not like this big piece that was easy to find. It was something small.
It always is.
Oh.
Now, what's your experience with Gundams? Are you heavy into building the kits? I know you said you don't really watch the shows a lot.
Yeah, it's more just the kits and then wasting away building them. So like I didn't know the lore of any of them. So whatever ones just look cool in the packaging were ones that I picked up.
Same. So I started out the same way. They just look cool.
Like I don't like the heavy Gundams. I don't know what those are called. They look like big like armor. I don't like those designs. I stick more with what the sleeker looking ones are. God, I'm such a pleb when it comes to talking about Gundam.
No, I was the same way. And it's hard for me to get into the show too, just because a lot of it is a mix of like that Star Wars thing where it's just like they're talking and talking and talking and nothing's happening. But yeah, as long as if it looked cool, I tried to do it.
Because one of the ones that I got was like the Wing Gundam, I guess. I don't know if that's what it was called, but it has wings and they look like angel wings. That one was somewhat difficult, but it was a fun build at the same time.
That is the Wing Zero custom from the movie. There's a specific movie that one's from.
Okay. And just how when all the wings are sprawled out, it just looks cool.
Oh yeah, it looks really cool. I was like, they released an updated version of it, and I royally screwed up the arms because I was posing it, and they've got either water slide. I think it was water slide decals with that particular new or updated one. And in the movie, he's got a scene where he holds both of his arms together. He's got a big old blaster like Megatron in the first Transformers movie when he's got his big gun shooting at Prime. And there's a big old scene with that. So I was trying to recreate that, and I was pressing them together, and the water slide decals just went everywhere. I was like, damn it.
So I haven't built any that have water slide decals. They've all had just regular stickers. I don't look forward to any of them that have water slide decals.
I love water slide decals. Like I would say if that's your worry, I wouldn't. I would just jump off the deep end with it. It's not as it's nothing too crazy to deal with. There's just a few precautions I would take when getting into them.
So I'm gonna inform you or whatever on why I'm like this with water slide decals. So back when I was younger, my grandmother would go to garage sales all the time, and she would get the plastic model kits that you would glue for me a lot of times. And God knows how long those kits were sitting in people's garages, and it was
Right.
nightmare fuel on water slide decals. I would
Okay.
imagine they're probably better now than what they were in the 80s,
Oh
and
yeah.
sitting in garages for summers and winters and for God knows how long. So I had
Oh,
traumatic
for sure.
experiences as a child trying to put on water slide decals on model
Oh,
kits.
okay. You've been hurt.
Yes.
No, they are much easier to deal with. I've never had issues with them really at all. So, I mean, there's been some issues here and there, but they've been my own faults.
Mhm.
So, I would say just give it a shot. I feel they look better than stickers, and there's a couple different products out there that make it look like it just like belongs there.
Right.
And with everything combined, it looks really cool.
All right, so here is the Galaxy class red alert. Not too bad.
Oh, do I have it? No, of course.
All right, I think we're at like an hour 21. I think I'll open up another one of these Galaxy class. Build it. Because you got what? You got another 40 minutes before you have to be on?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Ultraman Z. Guess who I am? I have no idea. Who are you?
Ultraman Z. Well, he's not Ultraman X or Y. I'm just spitballing here, though. Come on, why is this being difficult?
Well, that's interesting. Did my last one not have a card? Typically, these have cards. Remember me? I was here a long time ago. Nope, I do not remember you. I apologize. So, welcome. Thanks for coming back. I didn't suck that bad to where you came back a second time. There's the card. All right, so who can we get out of this box? So we have Bumblebee, Slug, or Slag. Slag. Slug's his clean name.
His clean name?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Did I grab the wrong box? Yeah, I grabbed the wrong box. Yeah, so if you didn't know, so originally the Dinobot Triceratops was named Slag, and then they had to change his name because Slag means a promiscuous person in Europe. So instead of having a whore transformer, they changed his name to Slug.
Huh.
But Blokees on their packaging refers to him as Slag.
Huh. Why is this difficult?
So this one is Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. Am I disappointed I got Shattered Glass Optimus Prime?
Shattered glass. That's like where he's like grayed out, right?
Nope, that is Sleep Mode Optimus Prime or Dead Optimus Prime. Shattered Glass is where he's purple, and then his windshield has like a shattered effect in it.
Is there like a significance to that, or is that just like a random?
So that's their parallel universe, a la Star Trek, when Spock had a goatee.
Huh.
Oh, Ultraman said he was going to get Blokees last time he was here, and so you got Ultraman Blokees. I saw that they were doing an Ultraman line, so that's pretty cool that they made Blokees in your namesake.
They got to pay him $3, and they got to pay him $3.50.
Yep, to get the royalty fees from Blokees.
What the hell? missing something?
Uh-oh. We got somebody in the chat. What up, Frankie?
Ooh, what up, Frankie?
Oh, he's jealous.
I was to say, he's just got to come on here and show up. He's like, oh, I caught all kinds of shinies today. Meh, 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 meh.
Oh, that's Pokemon Go, right?
Yeah. I swear to God, he is doing something to fudge the system. I don't know what. He's doing something, I swear.
Stu. Oh,
I was to say, I can't escape him.
Frankie's going to get punished later? Is that with or without lube?
Whew. With or without the chair. Oh, poor Frank. You didn't get any shinies today? Oh, that's so sad. Why is this not?
Don't worry, Frankie. I'm warming Smudge up for you.
What in the world?
So how far along have you gotten on your build?
I am almost done with with one of the legs, but I've hit a problem. These things on the thighs don't want to line up right. And I know I'm not crazy.
Uh-oh. I got a tease, Frankie. Frankie's teasing me. What Masterpiece Transformer did you buy, Frankie, that you should have bought when I told you to buy?
I know which one he's talking about. Damn it. Okay, this has to go here. There's no way.
It's not an MP, but it's nice. Okay. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it is pretty nice. I gotta admit, I did see it.
Oh, you already know, huh? So he'll tell you, but he won't tell me. I see how it is. You'll never get me to the MP side, heathen. Come to MP, Frankie. Come to MP. Especially those Bayverse MPs. Oh, so good. Get those officials.
There we go. What in the world? That was crazy. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out. Okay, curse averted.
So you figured out that the issue you was having with his leg?
Yeah, I'm just dumb, I guess. I couldn't figure out, like, on the thigh, there's these two pieces that fit together, and I kept fitting them like not how they were supposed to, I guess. Obviously, but and part of it is because they're off the sprue, so I couldn't figure out which one was which. But
oh yeah,
that is the downside of doing it like this. You're just kind of guessing with parts that just kind of look alike. It's not so bad though.
Oh, you're talking about whose background are you talking about? Smudge's or mine? He's Ultraman said, is that the Green Titan himself in the background?
The Green Titan.
Only thing I could think you'd be talking about mine is I do have Devastator back here. That's the only thing that I have green in my background.
I say the only thing green I have is Great Say, man. I'm pretty sure he's not talking about him.
So yeah, I have the Blokees Devastator back here.
Yeah, that does look good. I'm a little jelly.
Yeah, I was Ultraman. I was one of the rare few based out of the United States to get the Blokees Devastator. It's I got lucky. Show Z fulfilled my order. There are a lot of unhappy people that haven't been able to get the Devastator kit because of how Blokees is distributing Devastator.
Now, how do you normally get Devastator? You have to open the blind packs?
So here's what sucks if you're from the United States. So you can get all the vehicle forms. So you need all the vehicle forms of Devastator.
Yeah.
You can get those easily in the States. Those are all in the blind boxes. The first one was in the Wave 1 set. And then then two more were in the Wave 3 set, and then the last three are in the Wave 3. So all of the Blokees, I'm trying to see, all of the Blokees have a barcode on them. So what happens is everybody that's in China or Asia, the Asian markets, scans the QRC code. So once you have, and that takes you to Blokees' website. Once you have all 6 scanned, then it allows you to purchase the kit to build Devastator from Blokees' website. So the caveat is, the Hasbro didn't allow Blokees to sell it in the States. It was part of their licensing deal. And the big reason why that is because Hasbro typically doesn't allow any third-party companies. They don't allow licensing on transforming toys. And if you watch my video of Devastator, he practically transforms. So that's probably why you can't get that easily in the United States. I think I saw it going on eBay for almost over $80 for just the Devastator kit.
Oh, just the kit, not even including the
And I got it for like $12 or $14 on Show Z.
Now, what is in that kit? Just like the little add-on pieces that allow you to turn it into Devastator?
Yeah, so the main part of it is this thigh piece, this thighs and waist, this chest piece, and the hands and the gun. And the head. Everything else is like, so, this bulldozer or whatever, that's in the Blokees Defender kit. The Scavenger, Excavator, all these are individual. So this is the main culprit right here, Scrapper. He practically transforms like the G1 Scrapper. Like it's almost one for one.
Oh, wow.
Welcome, Mojo. Yes, you did walk into a Blokees off.
Oh,
that sounded dirtier than it read. We're not blokeing off. We are building things. We are building things together. But yes,
we are men putting together plastic models.
Yes, Rowdy, we are still building robots. So, and that's the other thing. Blokees has been doing Pokemon, and I don't know if those are being distributed in U.S. They're real weird. Like Blokees is doing all kinds of different lines, but not all of them are being distributed in the United States.
That's weird. Because me and Frankie went to a con not too long ago, and I think we saw a couple of the Blokees Pokemon. And I almost picked up Charizard just because I know it's going to be like hard to find, and the off chance I want it, it's like, oh, it's going to be eBay prices, and I don't want to deal with that.
Well, there's always nefarious ways to finding Blockies.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got all the different Asian distributors. I'm sure if you wanted to, if those Pokemon aren't distributed in the United States, there's probably easy ways to get them. It's like Ultraman was saying, yeah, they're doing Ultraman. We already talked about the Mega Man that are coming out. Sesame Street, I think, is being distributed in the United States. Oh, Frankie just caught a shiny. Welcome. Congratulations.
Of course,
yeah, they're doing
did,
Sesame
Frankie.
Street.
Of course, you did.
He's just rubbing it in.
That's all. That's 90% of the time when I get a Snapchat from him, I'm like, he caught another shiny, didn't he? And he just ding, there it is. I'm just like, God damn it! I went out. Okay, I'm gonna go on a tirade here. I went out for I think it was close to 2.5 hours yesterday because I was determined because I wanted to be like on stream, like, hey, I caught a shiny this weekend, so suck it. But nope, didn't get anything. I went to 2 different parks and freaking nothing. 2.5 hours, just wasted my time. And I mean, I got a bunch of other stuff, but nothing shiny. And then I didn't hear a word from him all day. And then as soon as like an hour or so after I got home, bling, 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 he just starts rattling them off. He's like, yep, I caught like 5 of them today. I wasn't even going anywhere. I was just like out running errands with my kids and my wife. I was just like, huh, okay, that's cool. Whatever.
All right, I'll open another one.
Yes, Kaiju. That's exactly why. I saw that Leatherhead and I said, nah, Frankie wouldn't enjoy that. I don't know anybody who would like a Leatherhead.
I did see that Ultraman that they're doing came in right in Blokees. Jesus.
They got you saying it like that now.
Oh, I do it from time to time. And I hate it. It's so annoying. I don't hate it, but it is annoying.
It's just like one of those weird audio things that just like bugs you.
I've bought enough of this wave. I don't know if I should just keep buying individuals or just say F it and buy a case. But the one thing that's nice, even if I would just go out and get the case, my son are into these, so I would just, whatever doubles I get, I would just give them to him.
There you go. Jeez, I was even looking at the thing, and it's still...
I was thinking too if it would be like if I ever got monetized and if it would be something for channel members as like either giveaways or
I was like something I was thinking about for the longest time because one of the guys that I really got into airbrushing with when he was doing his thing, he's passed away now, but he would do lives on his Facebook and they would do auctions. He would do like an auction for the piece he was painting. And he was good enough and he had a good enough following to where that's what he could do. But I've always kind of thought of experimenting with it.
HGC, thanks for joining. There was one Bumblebee that was open. That was mine. That one was an intentional one.
Come on. Why is this being difficult? have the right one. It's in the right spot. Why is it not going in?
I was wondering how many people would get on, just because it was a big weekend for some of us collectors with DFW going on. I know a lot of guys were in Dallas this weekend.
Yeah, as I seen on everybody's feed. Yeah, that's where they're going. How many people are here? I can't see on my end.
There is 11 watching, so I appreciate everybody in the chat.
There we go. That's 11 people we get to hopefully spread the Blokees addiction to.
So HGC just said, "Gotcha. My son got 3 badassatrons recently, and he is taking a Blokees break currently." My son, he was a fan of. He really liked Transformers 1, and he's how old is he? He's 9 years old, and he'll look at me. He's like, "Dad, can I say it?" I'm like, "What? Can I say it?" I'm like, "Yes, go ahead." Badassatron. And just being able to say a cuss word with my permission, he gets a kick out of it.
That's awesome. Okay, why is this being so difficult? Good Lord. These thigh pieces on Megatron are just not cooperating. There's only one way they can go in.
So Ultraman, where did you grab the Ultraman Blokees at? Did you have to get them? Oh, I don't even know. Maybe you're from Asia territory. Did you have to get them and shipped to the States, or where are you from? And are like I said, I'm not sure about the Ultraman stuff. Are they region locked to where you can't get them in the States? Thanks, Stu. I am definitely enabler, patient zero. That's for sure. Okay, so you order them from the mail, and you're from Indonesia, so maybe it make them a little bit easier for you to get? HGC's got a question for you, Smudge.
Oh, is that a movie Ratchet third party? Yes, it is, and it is. He's a beefy boy, that's for sure.
Hold on, let me supersize you.
He's a beefy boy there. He looks good, and I want to go through and weather him up a little bit, but
yeah, that's the Bumblebee Ratchet, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it's third party, so yeah, it was bigger, and he's heavy. He's thick.
Diecast?
Yeah, I believe so. I haven't bothered transforming it because I got this one after the Bumblebee, and I figured out with that one that you do not transform him. Not that you can't. It's just a giant pain in the ass, and it really fucked my fingers up. Because I had to get my part separator for my Gundams. I got a heavy duty set of part separators, ply things, whatever they're called, and I had to use those.
Vice grips?
Not vice grips, but just a little thinner than a flathead, and it's got a pry edge on it, and I don't have it near me, but yeah, it's essentially a fancy flathead screwdriver that works better.
You know, one thing with Ratchet, I think they always usually do really well with Ratchet. I don't know if it's the whites and the reds where those colors pop off with each other, but there's not a Ratchet that I do not dislike.
I would definitely agree with that. Yeah, for some reason, yeah, just about every Ratchet design I think that I can think of usually does fairly well.
I think Frankie's trying to take credit that he sold you that.
I bought. There's a fair amount of my collection that I've gotten from Frankie. So he is ground zero for my addiction into a lot of this.
There's nothing wrong with us enabling one another. That's for sure. I will have to say, like with Blockies in general, I was like, I'm not getting into this shit. And then I saw that Devastator, and I'm like, oh,
I'm getting into this shit.
That's kind of cool. And then I got my first kit. I'm like, oh, this is fun. Here we go. And now is what's really fun is just seeing all the different like people that don't really talk about Transformers buying into these Transformer Blockies. It's like, gotcha, sucker.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, HTC, that's one thing with third party. I mean, you have to just be careful in general because of the small plastic bits. Depending on the company, a lot of times you can find good quality, but even if it's like a company that's known for good quality, you still should always be careful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And which one was Dropkick? Was that the red or the blue car? I can't remember which one Dropkick was. I think it was the blue car. Yeah,
yeah.
And it turned into a helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, why isn't this going to... Oh my gosh, this thing is going to make me lose my mind. It's going in...
All right. All right, so here's Inferno. Yeah, it makes me wonder if they'll go back. Blockies are doing everything. It makes me wonder if they'll go back and do that Bumblebee movie, some of the designs from it. I mean, there's plenty of designs to where they could do a whole wave. I mean, between the stuff that Hasbro's released, they could get a full wave. They could get multiple waves.
Oh, easy. I was like, that movie in particular has a lot of really cool designs.
I mean, especially from that first 15 minutes. How you doing, Luca? Thanks for joining.
Yeah, my weakness is that version of G1 Starscream. Whew. Something about that version of Starscream.
I'm surprised a third party company hasn't done that plane jet mode, whatever I can't even think of the name of that.
Yeah.
The Tri. Oh, that's horrible. I'm just hitting a brain fart. Tetrajet, that Tetrajet design.
Oh, is that what that's called?
Yeah.
I didn't know it had a specific name.
Yep. I'm surprised there hasn't been a third party company do that and that Bumblebee movie design.
Yeah, once they come out with that, I am gonna be throwing my wallet at whichever company that does it.
Well, the thing with those Tetrajets, you do one, you can do like 20 other different color variations.
Oh yeah. And I think Flame Toys, I think it was Flame Toys who I was looking at. They have some version of one that looks close to that. But that's like $400 or $500.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they have some that are super expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking on those. I was just like, whew. Let's not jump to any rash decisions just yet.
All right. Well, we are at almost 2 hours, and I know you have other plans elsewhere. So
I
I don't.
just finished the base, the core figure.
Oh,
So
nice.
those
Perfect
thigh beasts
timing.
were really, they were really doing a number on my brain. I don't know what it was, but yeah, he looks good.
Well, let's put you on the main. Get a good look at it.
Yeah, he can do all kinds of poses. Get his arms all the way up. The plastic feels good. I mean, it's the only issues I had were with these legs here, and I still don't think I have them on right because this side doesn't look like that other side. These two pieces sandwiching together. I don't know what it is. I'll have to look at it again later, but something ain't right.
I know for sure I was wanting to get that, and my comic book shop was out of them, and they just had Optimus. So I ended up just waiting.
Where is it? Here it is. And it lights up.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And this one's got the fully articulated fingers.
And that's a bonus right there.
Yeah.
Does it have his mace or anything that he can hold in his hands?
He's got this. He's got a gun I'm putting together right now, and he's got like the camera. There's an actual pistol. And there's this little whatever this guy is. Sure.
Stu, that's the action class Megatron.
Yeah, this is the action class. And yeah, it's even got a little open hatch gimmick. On here, the side opens up, so you can put, I don't know if there's a function for that or if that's just for kind of looks. I was reading on the Soundwave one. The Soundwave actually has like drop hips and a bunch of other stuff too. So I was like, whoa.
Yeah, they went all in with that Soundwave, it looks like.
Yeah. But yeah, looks pretty good. I'd say the only critique I have is probably you can't really swap the faceplates very easily. It comes with 3 of them, but you literally have to take apart almost the entire head to be able to make that happen.
That's kind of annoying. It makes you almost wish they did extra heads that you could just pop on and pop off. Is that a ball joint?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a ball joint.
Thanks, Max. There's my blocky partner right there.
Yeah.
OG, episode 1. Thank you, sir. I hope you made it home safely, I assume.
Yes. But yeah, this is a neat little figure. It comes with some extras. It comes with this throne. Like,
I think I heard like you can like put him in the squat pose and his butt doesn't even touch the throne.
Let's see.
Thanks, Ultraman. Well, glad to see you made it home safe, Max. Now you need a rest from your vacation, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird, awkward sitting angle.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a throne nonetheless. I mean, he can sit there. I mean, it's...
So, you know what's crazy is they've done Megatron, they've done Soundwave. We'll probably get an Autobot next, but seeing that throne makes me want a Starscream.
I was to say that's what, if they come out with G1 Starscream in this class, I am going for it.
Yep. My guess is Bumblebee's next. If I had to guess, Bumblebee's next.
Yeah, I'd say so, since we just got a Decepticon with Soundwave, and
yep.
I would say that's probably the next logical. But yeah, he's definitely worth a pickup if you happen to see it in the wild, if you're fortunate enough, or if you splurge and got $40 to spend and pick him up on. I got him on their website. I didn't have to go to anything like third party or anything like that. So, but yeah, he's definitely a neat little pickup, especially if you don't have a G1 Megatron. You know, it'll definitely do the job.
Yeah, Mojo. And what was nice about that Studio Series Starscream? Hopefully, you found them in Ollie's for a quarter of the price. 48 hours of sleep. How do you manage that?
48 hours of sleep. Ooh, I could never sleep that long. As I say, yeah, this Megs is pretty good.
Yep.
And he comes with it comes with the gun, his big old cannon, a sword, a pistol, laser beak, the little gremlin guy. I forget his name already.
Crimzeek.
What was this?
So there was an episode. I don't know how Crimzeek was created, but he was just screwing with. He was just like a gremlin, basically, and I think he was screwing with like power grids and shit. And then they had to end up like the Autobots had to stop him, and I think he even fucked with the Decepticons as well.
Huh. He reminded me of the something from Ghostbusters. It looked like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, he does look like a generic ghost from Ghostbusters. But yeah, I'm eventually gonna. So did you start from scratch on that, like from the whole show? Or did you have anything pre-built from the beginning of the show from tonight?
The only thing I had pre-built was I did put the hands together. The hands, because that was going to be a little more intricate, and that was a pain. I would have been done a lot sooner if it weren't for these thigh pieces.
Right. Well, and probably bullshitting in general. Maybe you got a little bit distracted.
As I say, yeah, but definitely under 2 hours, easily attainable.
That's not bad though, but I don't mind time-consuming model kits personally.
Oh, me neither. Yeah.
I mean, I can, like I said, I can just sit, zone in, and just build. Some people, not the same, but yeah. Well, so we got a few minutes left. You want to pimp your channel or whatever you got going on? I know you got something after this, so.
Yeah, so on Frankie's channel, Ayo Frankie, we're gonna be doing some drawing and painting where I'm gonna give, this is my contribution for the giveaway. I don't know if y'all can see that well.
Zoom you in too.
There we go.
That's a sweet
yeah, it came out pretty good. So I'll be finishing that up, and that'll be part of the giveaway. With Kaiju Kitty, he's going to be painting something up, and he's going to be giving that away. And Frankie's going to be playing with his Transformer that he got, and he'll be talking about how many shinies he has and how many I don't. So that'll be fun.
If I was a prepared host, I would have Frankie's link and I could put it in the chat. But he's going on directly after this, right?
In about 30 minutes.
Okay, so I got time. So I am trying to find his channel, and I'm going to put a link in it. Of course, it's a lot easier on my phone than it is on my computer.
Right? Yeah, it's a little extra steps.
Well, like I said, if I was a good host and I was, doing this prior to, and I could have had it, I could have just copied and pasted.
You get 5 stars from me. It was a good time here.
Well, I'm glad I enjoyed having you here. It was fun building. Normally I'm talking to myself, so now I got to, talk with somebody else.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, as I say, I do the same thing. I'll just be talking to myself or just doing something. If someone would walk in like without any consonants, they're like, "You okay? You okay?"
Yeah.
But it's a good time. These are some fun kits, and
there we go. I found this channel. Yeah, and like I said, if you want to do it any other time, I'm like, my plan is to I'm finding these kits, and I'll just hold them for shows for the most part.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm down. I'll definitely let you know if I pick up something else, and we'll see what happens.
And I don't think I'm going to 100% do Blokees. I might do other builds just because I don't know, because I think I'm going to run out of Blockies, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I put Frankie's channel page in the chat. That's his show for tonight that Smudge was talking about earlier.
Mhm.
But I think for sure, definitely, I'm going to get the classic class, the action class, and I might get boxes. But then as I get doubles, I got to figure out if people want to trade or whatever.
Right. I was gonna say, and if it gets to it, I'm down to like paint one up a little different or something, or weather, and we'll do a giveaway or something. And
Yep.
I'm down for whatever.
And I got plenty of watch hours I have to collect before I get to that point, anyways. Because I got the subs, the watch hours that I got to get caught up on.
Yeah.
No rush. It'll happen when it happens. So one last thing I got to pimp before I let you go. So tomorrow night is episode number 2 of Decepticast on Figure Fight Club. Lou is the guest host tomorrow. I don't know if Anna's going to be able to make it. She's still in the middle of her move. But so I got a pretty decent sized slideshow with a bunch of news from this week. And then I think we're going to talk a little bit about G1 Transformers. That's kind of Lou's what his experience is with Transformers. So there'll be a little bit of that. And
Nice.
that'll be at 10:15 tomorrow Eastern. If you're in other territories, do the math. I can't. But yeah, so if you could check us out there, as soon as I have a link for the show, we'll be all over social media as soon as Abby gets that done. And then if you could just look me up on all the other social medias. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, X. I have my own Facebook page. It's all at Talib1980_collects. Typically post the news daily. If you want to talk about Transformers or any other toys, I don't care. We'll talk. We can talk. This is what I like doing. I really enjoy talking about toys and just whatever. And it was great having Smudge on. I think we've streamed a couple times, like on Figure Fight Club. So it was really good just talking with him. And anybody else that wants to reach out and do a Blockhead show with me, just send me a DM on Instagram or whatever. And then we'll get it penciled in. I should be on next week. I have this is definitely, I'll start on this one next week. If you can't see, this is the Transformers 1 Classic Class Megatron. And then I blew through all the Defender class ones that I had. So I'll probably pick some more of those up this week and then try to fill out 2 hours or something like that, or an hour and a half. But thank you, everybody. I don't have an outro, so Smudge, send us out.
Oh, damn, I gotta do that. Okay. Go get your hands dirty. And remember to spay and neuter your pets. That's what I got.
Peace.